Trustees of North Yorkshire Sport, welcome to the North Yorkshire Sport Impact Report.
Hi, I'm Alan. I'm one of the trustees at North Yorkshire Sport, and I've been asked to give some reflections on the last year. I'm going to do that in 4 ways because I think the word that describes our efforts for the last 12 months has been around hope. So we're going to take the letters of each of that in turn. H for me is about health, and I think we could all agree that the health of the nation, and indeed of North Yorkshire and York, it isn't what we want it to be, it isn't what we need it to be, but the scale of that problem is too big for any one organisation to address. Whether you look through the lens of disparities or inequalities or the sheer rates of inactivity. I'm really heartened, meantime, that the way we're working with health system partners is inventive and it's got stronger through the pandemic and beyond, and I'm confident, therefore, that we can help people make healthy choices in the future. O, that's for optimism, and I'm optimistic for lots of reasons, but I'll just pick on 2. I think the first one is, as we work in more communities across the area, we're discovering that there's a real appetite for improving well-being. And clearly sport and physical activity can make a huge contribution towards that ambition. I think the second reason to be optimistic is about our workforce, the paid professionals, the volunteers that are providing those wonderful experiences. They've really upskilled. We've got a vibrant community of over 3,000, I think, people now, part of the Yorkshire Humber learning community, and that means they're going to be even more skilled to attract, motivate, and help people participate in ways that suit them in the future. P's for partnerships. The range of partnerships that North Yorkshire Sport now has is driving creative and imaginative approaches to make sport and physical activity as accessible as possible with new groups and in new ways. You'll read some stories or see in the films, I'm sure, things that are diverse, like boxing for over 50s or neurodiverse children. I think you'll see stories of schools in deprived communities doing things like cheerleading. And you'll also read about dogs and walking and rambling and running events in our great forests and the great outdoors. So I'm really proud that those partnerships are driving invention. And of course, I'm really grateful that Sport England, as a key investor, has given us the role as a system partner, which gives us some confidence for the next 5 years. And to any partner that's listening to this, I'd say get in touch. We need to amplify what we do together. We need to improve our reach and deepen our impact. Finally, E for me would be about empowerment. Feedback across many of the projects and programs we either deliver or we enable or we fund other organisations to deliver on our behalves. I think the feedback is saying that people feel they're more included, they have more choice, they're feeling like they belong, and that's translating into greater motivation to finish programs and stay physically active and choose an active life for longer. So some of that stuff is enduring and sticking. So I think empowerment's important. Take them together, I think we have hope, we have health, we have optimism, we have partnerships, and we have empowerment. And what I'd also like to do is just say thank you to North Yorkshire Sport for letting me be your chair for the last 3 years and a trustee for nearly a decade. And I have great hopes for the future as I hand over to Richard, the new chair, Liz, the vice chair, and all my fellow trustees. I know we're in good hands. And finally, I hope you'll find something in this year's Impact Report that will excite you and inspire you. Whether you already work with us or whether you want to work with us, enjoy the read. Thank you.
We split our work into 6 strategic goals, and through the remainder of this video we will take you through each of those strategic goals, giving you a flavour of some of the work that we've been doing this year and the impact that it has had on people, places and our partners.
Strategic Goal 1 demonstrates how we contribute to healthy, thriving communities across North Yorkshire. Where we live, work and play forms our community, and it is in these places where we can build on existing assets to enable and empower communities to incorporate activity into their daily life.
Over 45 clubs and groups have provided a range of activities for children in North Yorkshire in receipt of benefits-related free school meals as part of the North Yorkshire Feast programme. Over 2,500 young people attended activities, giving them the opportunity to be active, creative and connect with other young people, all with food provided alongside the activity. The programme has been funded by the Department for Education and coordinated by North Yorkshire Together, and has included provision for being active through sport, creative through the arts, as well as enrichment activity, including virtual offerings, active at home packs and grand days out.
You have a lot of fun and you do different things all day, and good thing is it's free.
Out of 10, I'll give it a 10.
The programme has been designed to support families combat holiday hunger, as well as provide positive experiences for those who often face more barriers to take part in activities such as these.
I'm Jane Ratcliffe. Yorkshire and Humber Learning Community is an online offer that we set up in April 2020. It provides bite-sized, informal, flexible and accessible learning for our people and our workforce. After our initial funding stopped in March, we set up as a group of the 3 active partnerships to sustain it. Having these extra partners has provided us with more knowledge and insight, a sounding board. We've been able to continue our relationship with other partnerships and also develop new relationships. Just 2 examples, Street Games have been superb at developing a module with us which is working with underserved communities, and we've also set up a new partnership with Stonewall which has enabled us to create a module which is called Creating LGBTQ+ Inclusion in Sport and Physical Activity. 88% of people say that they will change or implement something as a result of attending the training, and 95% of people say that they're more confident. These are really great stats, and we know that the work that we do has had real benefit.
When we get the chance to have children engaging with something that is outside of their normal realm, in which case some of our children never get those experiences, we're really keen to take up the chance. The children who have engaged in this programme have certainly developed their confidence. They are excited, they're keen to be taking part. I think they certainly feel valued in what they're doing, and it's overall impacted on their happiness, which is key for us. It's also improved their physical skills in terms of core stability, movement, being able to run around longer than they would do normally, and on top of that their mental health has improved.
Gymnastics makes me feel kind of a bit strong because I've been talking and doing it, but when I first started I was quite a lot nervous than I was. I got an award which is a certificate, and I was really proud of myself when I got it because I never thought I would get it.
The children enjoy taking part, the children want to take part. The children have actually become the experts with regard to their parents as well, so they're showing the parents how to do things. Their relationships with their parents that are very enjoyable. It really benefits the children in a lot of ways, physically obviously as well, they're moving a lot, but the social and enjoyment side of it is a huge part as well.
You can be active at home and at school, and you don't have to think about other things when you're doing Drumba, because all you really have to think about is the moves and the song.
At the start of it you feel like drained, and then when you start doing it you just have so much more energy.
Our aim is to continue to run these after the end of the project, to try and engage the wider community even more.
Strategic Goal 2 is to use the natural environment as a catalyst for wider health improvements. North Yorkshire has some fantastic natural assets which provide a beautiful backdrop to being active, but also offer numerous health benefits.
I think through lockdown people are looking for new things to do, and so many people have dogs now, and a lot of people run, and they just need a push to put that bit together.
It's peaceful, you've just got nature around, everyone's in the same boat, we're all dog mad, so loads of people to chat to.
I'm quite sociable and like to run in groups, which isn't always possible. Where running with Pippa, as any dog owner, you probably talk to your dog more than you talk to people. So I have to take her out, so it's easy for me to go out and run with her as well.
I've had a few mental health problems in the past few years, so running for me is kind of my therapy.
We both say that our mental health is much better. The dogs, I mean, I've never seen my dogs this relaxed, ever.
I just love seeing how they enjoy it. I've got to say, I wouldn't run on my own if I wasn't running for them and seeing them enjoy it.
It's huge. It makes you so happy when they're happy and running and just enjoying themselves. I ran with just a smile on my face all the way around, just to see him enjoying himself.
Our aim is to get inactive people active, so we provide short, free walks twice a week, less than 90 minutes in duration, for people to come out and get exercise. There's two distinct groups. The ones that come on the basic walks are either getting quite elderly and just trying to keep the exercise up, or coming off operations or illness. On the longer walks, it tends to be people who always walked, but now need someone to show them round, someone just to keep them confident. They don't feel confident to walk on their own in the countryside. They want some support.
It's low impact, it's steady, you're not likely to particularly injure yourself. Coming out on a Monday for a walk and a chat, and being with other people in an organised and friendly group is a great benefit to a lot of people.
There's 7 or 8 groups in North Yorkshire and now 1 unit. Apart from reducing our administration and funding the schemes, the big benefit we're looking for is for working with the North Yorkshire agencies to provide as leads in to get walkers who are most in need. And we've been supported to do this by North Yorkshire County Council and North Yorkshire Sport.
Strategic Goal 3 is to contribute to children and young people fulfilling their potential and feeling healthy and happy. It's important to develop physical literacy in young people to provide the skills and motivation for an active lifestyle. Enjoyment is the biggest driver of activity levels, and this can support more young people to be healthy, happy and achieve well.
We deliver autistic boxing for fitness sessions in the Harrogate district, and it's through North Yorkshire Sport that we've been supported to deliver a number of really high quality group sessions. We found the process of acquiring funding or requesting funding to be very, very easy. We're really happy with how everything went. There was constant communication from Simon with regards to how the process works, what we can and can't apply for. Now the impact is that when someone says, oh, I'd love to come, do we have to bring our own equipment? Or often they don't even ask if they want to come, they just say, do we need our own equipment? We can confidently say, well, no, actually everything is covered.
So Harrison's been coming to the sessions probably for the last 7 weeks. He's really enjoying the sessions. It's great for his fitness, brilliant for his coordination, and he's enjoyed doing it alongside some of his peers.
I decided to go and ask my senior leadership team if I could take the level 4 emotional social wellbeing in physical education course when I agreed to take the role of PE lead from September. Through doing that, we decided to adapt a whole school approach to including wellbeing in our everyday life instead of it just being maybe a one-off theme week or a theme day. We said that we should be addressing the 5 ways to wellbeing in every single aspect of school that we do across the curriculum. I've had feedback from both pupils and staff, parents and governors about what they feel has been the success of us changing the way that we are now teaching physical education.
PE helps me to look after my well-being because it makes me really happy and it makes me really healthy as well.
The impact of Amy being on the course and looking at the impact on wellbeing and fitness has really changed everybody's mindset. I think children now, even those children who perhaps aren't PE or sporty children, love PE, and they're able to articulate how they're feeling because they're being more active.
Strategic Goal 4 is to support improvements in the health and economic stability of work-age adults and families. Being active as an adult offers many benefits, including supporting a healthy lifestyle and developing the essential life skills needed in the world of work. An active adult can also be a great role model for their family unit.
Boxing for Parkinson's sessions were created at the Bilton Health and Wellbeing Hub to support people with early onset Parkinson's manage their condition. Sessions were supported by North Yorkshire Sport, using Sport England tackling inequalities funding. North Yorkshire Sport loved what this project was about and how targeted it was to helping people with early onset Parkinson's in the Harrogate district.
Exercise is good for people from all walks of life, but for people with Parkinson's it takes on a significant meaning in that it's in my view, a complementary medicine that works very well alongside traditional medicine. 6 months on from since launch, quite a number of people have said to me that high intensity exercise helps a great deal in managing our Parkinson's symptoms.
Welcome to York Fit Mums and Friends.
North Yorkshire Sport worked with the founders of Fit Mums and Friends to expand their reach into North Yorkshire, which resulted in the launch of a York club in 2015, swiftly followed by a Harrogate club. The groups are driven by committed volunteers and pride themselves on the warm and friendly welcome and inclusive environment, as explained by the members.
I was very nervous when I sent them a message to say, could I come along? They were very friendly on my first day, and that's probably 4.5 years ago, and I've loved every minute of it.
It didn't feel like a running club, it felt like a social club that you also ran at, and that was really appealing to me because I gained confidence in running because I wasn't thinking about how fast I was going or like it being a race or anything. It was just coming along with friendly people and running and becoming part of the family, really.
So when I try to promote Fit Mums, I don't use the term running club. I use it's a club, it's socialisation, and everybody knows everybody, no one's left behind, so we are much more than a running club, much, much more.
Strategic Goal 5 is to contribute to people ageing well and staying younger for longer. Being active and mobile can help maintain strength, balance and contribute towards increased independence in our older citizens. Being active can also provide an outlet to be social and reduce the chances of feeling lonely and isolated.
Hello, my name is Callum Neve. I'm a social prescribing community link worker for the My Health practices. I've used the Get Moving home exercise programme run by North Yorkshire Sport on several occasions with my patients, and I found them to be a really invaluable resource. In my work, the aim of my role is to help improve patients' home lives through non-medical intervention. So the work done by the folks at North Yorkshire Sport has given my patients more confidence, more strength, more mobility, and therefore more freedom in their home lives, which is really what it's all about for us. Referring into the service is really, really easy. I've spoken to Simon on several occasions, sending him referrals back and forth, and you can tell when you speak to him and anyone else at the service that they really have the patient's best interests at heart. I've had feedback from other clients who've told me that it was really refreshing and really motivating to have a physio so full of enthusiasm and full of life, but also that came and really knew what they were talking about and didn't just give off the generic exercises. They really made it custom to the patient, because a lot of the patients that we work with are quite frail or have some kind of disabilities so they can't do certain things, and the work put in by Simon and Karen and everyone else made sure that they got the most out of the programme. So I really couldn't recommend them enough.
Hi, I'm Debbie Swales from Revival North Yorkshire, and we are an organisation based in the very rural villages on the North York Moors and Coast, and we support older and vulnerable people. Revival applied for the Tackling Inequalities grant through North Yorkshire Sport and Sport England, because we wanted to bring some physical exercise to our older and frail people. They've had a lot of fun, they've had some laughs, they've had music while they've been doing the exercises, and also when we've asked people how it's helped them as individuals, they have had increased mobility. It's really important that they're moving about more, so very, very important, and we've been lucky to have a really good instructor. We have found that with working with North Yorkshire Sport has been really good, because they've made things simple, and when you're trying to deal with the people and trying to get things moving, you really want things to be as simple as possible to get started, and you want to be able to easily communicate with your funders, and we found that we've been able to do that. And I think we're also at the stage of building stronger relationships with North Yorkshire Sport, so that we'll be able to continue and do some further and even perhaps more diverse work with them in the future.
Paula Stainton, Foundation Manager for York City Football Club Foundation. We applied for the Tackling Inequalities funding because we had a number of people that we'd previously been working with prior to the pandemic, predominantly on our walking football programme. We had about 400 people originally registered for that programme, and we recognised that we'd stayed in contact with a lot of them, and a lot were struggling. They weren't active, they hadn't been active for long periods of time, and we were concerned about them being quite isolated and not having that level of physical activity, both during the actual ongoing pandemic, but also for the period of time for after that and transitioning back into normal everyday life. We recognised with some of them that there was an even more of a need than we'd initially anticipated, and it was beyond our reach for our experience. So we actually brought in a physiotherapist, qualified physiotherapist, to work one-on-one with a number of individuals, and had a fully bespoke programme created, and they followed that, and the feedback from that has been absolutely amazing.
I think the important thing was I'd got someone who I appreciated within 5 minutes absolutely knew what she was talking about, and someone who got to the heart of the problem that I'd got very quickly, and produced for me a range of exercises that I actually felt for the first time, this is going to work. I'm really encouraged now that with this set of exercises I've got the positivity now. She's given me the positivity to think I'm not just wasting my time doing this is going to work, and I think that was the big thing for me.
Yeah, I've noticed a big difference in my physical health. My balance is better, less pain in my knees.
Yeah, York City Football Club Foundation has worked collaboratively with North Yorkshire Sport for quite a lot of years now, and that's always been a really positive relationship. Obviously we draw down through the North Yorkshire Sport, the Sport England funding, but it's wider than that as well. It's about knowing that there's expertise there if we want it, and that we can access that and work together, and very much work in partnership.
Strategic Goal 6 is to strengthen our organisational sustainability and maintain the principles of good governance and industry standards.
Strong governance and a motivated and driven staff team create the foundations for thriving partnerships and impactful delivery. All of our staff understand our purpose and additionally are encouraged to share and input their ideas into the organisation.
I think North Yorkshire Sport gives you opportunities to grow and learn. It's a warm and friendly group of people, and I enjoy my job very much.
A supportive organisation who values its staff as its greatest resource. Flexibility in the role is really high, with a focus on the whole person and not just the job that needs doing.
I feel we are supported well within the organisation by colleagues and the senior leadership team. I really like the fact that the organisation offers a flexible working policy, which really helps with family life. We're trusted to get on with our job, which means our performance is high, less stress and greater productivity.
The positive working culture is felt beyond the staff team, as observed by the host of one of our staff team away days.
My name's Matt Bibbings. I'm a tutor of outdoor education at Bewley Park Outdoor Centre, which is part of North Yorkshire's Outdoor Learning Service. We've put together a day of initiatives and problem solving just to challenge the team and get everyone working together. That's culminated in a raft building competition down at our local lake. And the thing that really stands out and that has marked the North Yorkshire sport team out differently is just the way that they comfortably play together. And for us, that's a characteristic which is indicative of a team which has a culture really of unity and togetherness, which is what helps drive any organisation forward.
Our stakeholders also value our relationships.
So I'm David Sharp, I'm the Chief Exec of North Yorkshire Youth. So North Yorkshire Together is an informal partnership with Rural Arts North Yorkshire, ourselves as North Yorkshire Youth and North Yorkshire Sport. And together we combine our skills and experience to do projects which are larger than we could cope with as individual organisations. I think the value of working with North Yorkshire Sport is the expertise. The staff team are incredibly knowledgeable, incredibly friendly, they're very generous in terms of their time and their leadership. So they provide us with the support that we would need with our experts who aren't necessarily sport related. I think working with you guys has been a real privilege and a pleasure over the past few years. The staff teams seem to get on with each other at all levels. There's lots of conversations taking place. I think the really important thing is that they're done in an open and honest way. So it's the critical friend process. So if there's any issues that do crop up, actually they get dealt with at that level rather than having to be escalated up to managers, which just damages relationships. And ultimately, I think when you're talking about stuff that's informal, then trust has to be there, and the relationship we have is a huge amount of trust, and that's implicit in everything that we do. So the three words that I would use to describe North Yorkshire Sport are trustworthy, experts, and diverse.
These strong partnerships have been instrumental in securing additional resource into physical activity and sport in the county. 91% of our stakeholders agree that we are best placed to leverage investment into North Yorkshire. Examples of this include working with North Yorkshire County Council Inclusion Team and the Clinical Commissioning Group to secure £22,000 to provide respite care for families with autistic children, as well as being part of the North Yorkshire Together collaboration, which has helped to secure investment to deliver on the holiday activities and food programme in North Yorkshire and supporting the integration of refugees from Afghanistan into Scarborough and Selby.
Hello, I'm David Watson and I'm the Chief Executive of North Yorkshire Sport. I hope you've enjoyed listening and watching our Impact Report video and seeing all of the things that the organisation has done and supported over the last year. I want to say a big thank you to the staff team for making all possible, the hard work that they've put in over the last year, and also the support that we've had from all of our trustees. We are hugely grateful to Sport England as our major investor for the long-term commitment that they've made to us as an organisation. 5 years worth of funding which we've not had previously. And we're also grateful to our other major funders and investors such as the Council and the Lottery and North Yorkshire Police. Looking forward to the future, we've got some exciting times coming in North Yorkshire, local government reorganisation, changes to the way that the health system is delivered here, and we are looking forward to playing our part and promoting the role of sport and physical activity in the delivery of those new systems. It would be remiss of me to not mention our outgoing chair, Alan Graver, who steps down in August after 9 years on our board. Alan has been a huge inspiration to me personally and to the rest of the team and will be greatly missed. We're fortunate that we have a fantastic chair coming in, Richard, who is a current trustee, and we look forward to sharing and shaping the future with Richard and the rest of the trustees. Once again, I hope you've enjoyed watching the Impact Report, and if you do want to get involved with our work, whether that be as a participant, as a partner, as an investor, then get in touch through our website or with one of the staff members, and we'll be grateful and happy to speak to you.